Hello, everyone. I apologize for the video stopping a little too soon. I was actually with my buddy, Mr. Goode.
Hello, how you guys doing today?
All right. Mr. Goode has been a long-time Zen Tea House customer. He's come to our cafe even before before we even officially opened because he got my cell phone number, giving me a call. He said, "Hey, I want to get some Irish sea moss. How do you make that happen?" So I want to share with you Mr. Goode's testimony. He's the reason. I'm going to throw you under the bus. He's the reason why we started not at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. is the time we always start. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our Zen's Tea Live. Live with less stress, more rest, and peace of mind, knowing you are living a healthier life.
That's right. That's right.
And Mr. Goode and I were just doing some fellowship. So we're hanging out, talking, drinking some tea. But we want to share with you some good information before we get started. And before we even get there about that, we were supposed to hear about the benefits, how to improve your immunity naturally. And Mr. Goode's testimony was so powerful, I just had to give him the floor. So Mr. Goode, well, I'm going to give you the floor right there. You can step right here. All right, so introduce yourself.
All right, my name is Mr. Goode. I'm from Avalon Beauty Salon and Barbershop in the city of Norwalk. And I'm here with my buddy Fernando. You know, we've been knowing each other for 8 or 9 years. You know, I've been dealing with Fernando for, all these years, but I've been actually started off buying products, buying some of his teas, his dry herbs, and I used to place them in my shop to resell. And, to say a little bit about my story, I was a diabetic, maybe 12 to 13 years ago. And I was dealing with an issue to where my doctor told me that he was going to put me on insulin. And, it kind of scared me. I'm not going to even lie to you. It kind of scared me when he told me he was going to put me on insulin because I was on metformin for so long, 1,000 milligrams. I was taking that 3 times a day. So I wanted to take my health into my own hands, and, a lot of people I know they're probably pretty scared to, go outside what the doctor recommends and things of that nature. But for me, I did not like the way that metformin had me feeling. I used to have bad headaches and cranky in the day, I just felt all kind of different emotional issues, while I was taking that particular medication. So I decided to change my diet and change what I was eating. I was at 425 pounds, sugar levels out the roof, from 350 to 400 every day when I woke up. So it was really a stressful time for me, and the family. So I decided to start implementing a lot of different smoothies, teas, and things of that nature to help me get back on track. And I had noticed, after I started implementing, smoothies and different type of teas to help build, my pancreas back up, if I could start functioning properly, I noticed my sugar levels started to drop dramatically. Within over a course of a couple of days, it worked really quick, but I did abstain from a lot of different meats and a lot of different foods, chips, cookies, white bread, white sugar, just all these things that was really causing a lot of havoc on me. So I just went on and, followed that approach, and I was able to get myself off of the metformin, which the doctors, most of the times, will tell you that, once you get on metformin, if you're a diabetic for life. But that was so far away from what I felt in my heart. I knew there was another way. And I'm show and proof that there is another way. I can gladly say that I used to be a diabetic, and I'm no longer a diabetic. My sugar levels are great, without any medications at all, just changing the foods that I eat. So, just to, let people know out there is another way. If you feel, that you're put in a corner and you're stuck in a position where, you have to go by everything your doctor says, sometimes we have to eat more foods that's going to actually build up the body, so I always encourage, a lot of my clients, a lot of my friends, that are diabetics to go ahead and take the next step and start eating more healthier. For me being where I was at, if you know me before, you would have noticed, the big change that has took place in my life. So, I encourage everybody, take your help into your own hands if you could, if you're willing, if you're not afraid to, but I had to do it. It was just a life move for myself and my family. So another thing that I want to speak to you guys about, with me dealing with high blood pressure and dealing with a few other issues, blood circulation issues and things of that nature, that there are a lot of great things that we can use, alternate that actually will help to boost our immune system and also boost blood circulation. I know a lot of people are really sluggish. A lot of people wake up in the mornings like, well, I slept 10, 12 hours, and you wake up and you're still tired. There's so many different herbs and plants out there that you can do to build up your immune system. One of the great ones that I like to use in the tincture form is cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is great. It's good for boosting the blood circulation in your body. It has so many benefits, and so many different testimonies that I have that I could share with you. One of them that really stuck out, and I spoke to Fernando about earlier this evening, was that cayenne pepper had really helped the individual I believe was having a heart attack in my shop. Right, as I'm a barber, so I had a friend of mine. He came in with his son and his wife, and he wanted to get his hair cut. So we had him sitting in the chair getting a haircut. And once I laid him back to shave his beard, I noticed that he started shaking and he started sweating profusely. So I was like, "What's going on?" So my first instinct was to grab my cayenne pepper from out of my pocket. I keep cayenne pepper with me at all times. I don't leave home without it. How does it work? It works wonderful. We're going to have a friend of ours. He's going to try it out. That way you guys can kind of see the results of cayenne pepper and some of the benefits that it may have. And we want to do him live as well. Yeah. Mr. Brother Gil. And we're just going to give him a small shot of the cayenne pepper. And that way you guys can kind of actually see for yourself some of the benefits.
We got to lower it a little bit. He says we need to lower it for him.
Oh, that's all right. He's good. So he's good.
Over here.
Come on, if you're not here, Brother Gil.
What's up, guys?
So with the cayenne pepper, like I told him, I said, I actually told, me and Gil was talking about this. I told him, don't really worry about the heat of the cayenne pepper. Just really, pay attention to where it's actually directed in your body. Because cayenne pepper works on everybody so differently. We might have some individual, they might feel the cayenne pepper circulating, the blood circulating in their ears. They might have had a headache, and it'll take that headache away just so quick. So we just want to see, where this cayenne pepper and how it will actually work when he actually takes it. Okay, so we're just gonna give him a small amount. We don't need much. I'll show you the amount that we're gonna give him from a tincture. And this is just a small amount. I hope you guys can see that. And we're gonna let him try it out. Okay. You ready, Brother Gil?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go.
Ooh. Oh, man. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're feeling your chest.
Yeah.
In your throat, too, right here.
Feel the throat. Yeah.
It's hot, but it cools down after a while. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm getting hiccups.
Yeah, it gives me the ears. You can get the hiccups.
Oh, no, go get some water.
Okay, go get some water. Okay, so in the meanwhile, while Brother Gilbert's going to get his water and his tea, it's just to show you, cayenne pepper works immediately. It really works, really fast. Right on contact, it goes to work. It does what it's supposed to do. We got to also understand this is something that God put on earth for everyone to use. That's the beautiful thing about it is that man didn't make this. This is actually divine. One of the things, man can make things, but we always have some type of faults when we're dealing with men. Well, anytime God has something that's ordained, that's what it's going to do. You know what I mean? So all the properties in these plants and herbs, and they have to do what they're supposed to do. Because God said garlic was going to be a culinary herb. Is going to be an herb for good for anybody. It's going to be an antibiotic for the body. That's what they've been doing since the beginning of time, and it hasn't changed yet. So I like to stick with something that's going to really be a benefit, and I know it's never going to change on me. So, I just thanks for my brother Fernando giving me a time to share my testimony. I mean, it has so many other different stories, but this is just one of the greatest ones.
All right.
And I'd like to thank this brother. Good up.
Okay, no, it's a great story. Give it a like up. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Mr. Goode, a Zen's Tea House customer who is now helping people through tinctures.
That's right. That's
So
right.
I want to say, man, I love that. Hope you like this video. Again, last video, it was cut short because we started late, but it's all good.
That's right.
All right. So
That's right. You guys have a blessed day. And remember, keep God number one in your life.